Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Pogcraft. Got some new things to work on today. So, we're getting ready to start another major project now that the garden here is done. We're going to start working on our shopping mall. And specifically, uh, we're going to expand it. So, right now, our shopping mall is basically just a big, well, actually not that big, a 5 by 5 tunnel through the mountain that leads to the garden. And what I'm going to do is one, I'm going to prettify the walkway, the hallway, so that it's got a nice floor, nice supports, walls, etc. It's going to be decorated. I'm going to work on the ends to it, and then on top of that, I'm going to dig out a large section above it that's going to be a flight corridor that we can use to either fly through the mountain or that we can use to fly to land inside the mall. So it's going to be really cool. It's still like everything else. It's going to be dedicated to the Copper Age because we are still on the, as of the time of this recording, we are still on the Copper Age patch. We have not upgraded to the latest update. Yeah, so that's where. So as part of all this, and I'm blathering on here. So as part of all this, I want to get my own store set up as well. So I need to I need to work on the mall. I need to work on my store, and to work on my store, I need to build my first farm. So on the server, um, we've got a lot of ways of getting gear and whatnot, but the thing we are tremendously short on is elytras. We really only have one mechanism for getting elytras, and that is killing the dragon. The our end in this server is really tiny, and most of the cities, it's my understanding, have already been raided. What few there were. So if I want an elytra, as you can see, I already have one. To get said elytra, you have to kill the dragon. So here, I think last episode, sometime in the last couple episodes, I think it was last episode. Anyhow, I did go ahead and at least get my first elytra. And that required, farming some ghast tears and making some end crystals, and then boomida boomida and summoning a dragon, and poof, I have an elytra. But to make summoning the dragon easier and repeatable, that's going to require a ghast farm. So that's what I'm going to build. That's also going to allow me to make some diamonds because I'm incredibly poor and I need whatever. I have not been able to mine much. I've been too busy building. So I can't exactly afford a lot in the shop these days. I mean, the gear I have it's what I have. So yeah, we need to get the shop up and running. So that's what we're going to work on first. So let's cut to a fairly short build montage of me building the farm, and then I'll walk you through how it works. Let's roll the tape. All right, here we are. We are out here at the farm. So let's take a look at this. So this is the ghast farm. A few alterations from the video. We'll go through those in a second. But you can see this is a 4-level design. So here's, let's talk about how this works. So let's poke in here for a second. So this is a basic killing floor for the ghast farm. So a ghast, let's talk about ghasts. Ghasts are a 4x4 critter. They're a big ball of white puffy anger. And when they spawn, they take up a 4x4 space. So you can see in this farm, each floor is a mixture of smooth stone, a light source, and a piece of soil that has a wither rose in it. So doing this guarantees a couple things. First off, the roses are strategically located. So if a ghast spawns anywhere in this space, it will touch a wither rose, which will give it the withering effect, and that will make it wither away, and it will then shuffle off this mortal coil, at which point its bits will fall to the floor and they'll be collected below. The reason why we're all lit up here is we are in what is called a soul sand valley. And the only two things that can spawn in a soul sand valley are ghasts and skeletons. Ghast and skeletons. That's it. So by keeping this all well lit, skeletons, which need a lower light level to spawn, cannot spawn. And all we have are ghasts, because ghasts don't care about the light level. So they just need space. So that's the first part of how this farm works, is that. So there's that bit. There's the harvesting floor, for lack of a better term. Okay. So how do I? Okay. Yeah. I have a better way to do this. Let's do that. Okay. So underneath each harvesting floor, there is a rail cart. And that rail cart can run around, and it's a hopper mine cart, and hopper mine carts suck up anything that's in the block above them. So everything that's sitting on top of the block that the mine cart goes under gets sucked up and gets thrown in the mine cart, and it can collect like 4 or 5 things at once. And then everything in the mine cart gets eventually dropped off into a chest. Ooh. Oh. Okay, I gotta remember to come back and collect that. Yeah, so everything gets sucked up by the minecart, and it gets dragged over here, and it gets thrown in the collector. I don't have the collectors connected. It's easy enough to just to go up and hit each one as I need to. So that's why I have like these little. As they're climbing up here, I can just kind of jump out on this ledge, and I can get them. And oh god, plenty of gunpowder! Yay! Yeah. So let's talk about. Let's talk about why we're harvesting ghasts. So, ghasts drop 2 things. They drop gunpowder. Gunpowder is hugely useful. I can't fly around with my rockets without. I have to have gunpowder to make rockets so that I can fly around with my elytra. And then ghast tears are the other thing ghasts drop. Now, ghast tears are. They're not used for a lot, but what they're used for is super important. So the first thing they're used for is a potion of regeneration. So that's a very useful potion. That gives you a certain amount of health regeneration to, just give you a quick health boost if you're in the middle of danger. That in and of itself is nice. But the thing we're more concerned about is making what is called an end crystal. So an end crystal has 2 purposes. One, it's a bomb. I mean, it's an incredibly useful bomb. It's great for pranks. It's great for jokes. It's more powerful than TNT. It is harder to make only because you need ghast tears and gunpowder to make it. But having said that, it's like walking around with a stick of nitroglycerin in your back pocket. Once you put them down, they are safe. It is safe for nobody. You sneeze on it wrong and it will go off. So use at your own risk. But the other thing it's used for is 4 end crystals are what you need to summon the dragon. And that's how we then summon the dragon, defeat the dragon, and that gets us our shiny elytras. So that's the purpose behind those. And like I said in the intro to the video, right now, that's really the only way we have to get elytras, is because, well, we farmed out our end, and that's what we got. So that is a mod to our server. We're a vanilla plus server. That mod lets us, that's a slight tweak we have to our server to do that. I'm glad we have it. if I remember correctly, I think that's how elytras were introduced to the game way back when. Is you used to not be able to get them in end cities. You had to kill the dragon to get one. So I guess we're kind of going back to the old school mechanics for that, which is fine. I mean, defeating the dragon is not particularly difficult. So, so the rest of this farm is, we've got the 4 layers, the harvesting layers. Then we have the AFK chamber way, 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 way up there. So the reason that is up there is spawn mechanics. So the way spawning works in Minecraft is nothing can spawn around you unless it's within, like, you've got like 50 blocks around you that nothing can spawn, and then you go out like 150 blocks and everything can spawn. I mean, anything that can spawn in the biome you're in can spawn in that area. There's only a few ways that doesn't happen. One is bedrock, which we're on the roof of the Nether. This is all bedrock. Nothing spawns on bedrock. Nothing. Nothing can spawn directly on it. Stuff can spawn above it. So that's why things can spawn in here, because this is not bedrock. This is stone that's floating above the bedrock. So stuff can spawn in there, but nothing can spawn directly on the bedrock. So by being way up there in that chamber, which is, more than 50 blocks away from the roof of this farm, guarantees that, and there's nothing but air around me, and there's nothing that can spawn in the open air. There has to be something. There has to be a surface for the mobs to spawn. So that's what this provides. This provides a surface and a cage for the ghast to spawn. We made sure skeletons can't spawn, and therefore they only spawn within this in the chambers of the farm, and bada bing, bada boom, ghast bits. And yeah, so that's how that all works. So I'm quite pleased with it. I mean, it's a very basic farm. I researched a couple of different ways of doing ghast farms and kind of mixed and matched a few ideas before I came up with this. I will, I think, go back and kind of reiterate this design, because I'd like to make it a little more automated. I'd like to have all the bits fall to one spot, maybe have some golems collecting and sorting everything, yada, yada, yada. But, just to get something up and running so I can get my shop working, this is good enough. I'm happy with that. So this works. All right, so now that we've gone over the ghast farm, I want to take a slight sidetrack. While I was working on the farm, one of the things that happened is a bunch of us decided to go raid a trial dungeon. So trial dungeons were introduced when the last year or two. They're a lot of fun. There's some interesting things you can get out of them, including the new mace weapon, which I don't have yet because I haven't done any trial dungeons. So this was our first opportunity to go in and try and get a mace, as well as get some of the new armor trims and some of the other items that come from trial chambers. So let's take a look at a montage of clips of me and some of my friends running around inside a trial chamber. Let's cut to the tapes. So there you go. Fun little adventure with my friends taking on a trial chamber. Didn't really get much in the way useful out of it, but that's okay. It was a fun thing to do with friends. So with that, I got one more thing I want to go over in this episode, and that is a callback to last episode. So those of you who watched last episode knows there was a little bit of mayhem, if you will, some shenanigans that occurred in the garden, and it boiled down to Sammy was desperately trying to get a copy of my head. She didn't get it. As you saw in the video, if you watched it, I got it from somebody who was standing around there, and I stashed it in my ender chest, so only I had access to it. So then I decided it was time to figure out if she wants my head that badly, maybe we could strike a kind of a deal. You know, maybe we could define my head's value, and I can make something on this. So let's take a look at the conversation that I had with her and Watcher Arcade in their shop. I'm still not hearing anything.
You and I need to have a conversation.
We will in a moment. Let me finish what I was discussing with Watch.
I don't care.
But anyhow, the covering the half slabs where the ghast eyes are at should prevent them from firing. So if they do shoot at you guys, please let me know. I will come back and turn those into solid blocks instead, because I don't want you guys getting shot at.
Yeah,
so
that will.
You know, and I think you guys, because if I'm coming out this way, I'm usually going to be at AFK at the farm, so I don't think it's going to shoot at me very often. I'm more concerned about you guys, like you guys traveling through here or going to the Froglight farm. It's more likely to cause you guys problems, so you're more likely to notice if there's an issue.
Depends on if you move out here. You might have that same problem soon.
No, that's fair. That's fair. If I end up building my base out in one of those valley spots like we found the other day, that's true.
Okay.
Then yes, then I'll start seeing it as often too, because I'll be traveling back and forth with spawn as much as you guys do. So
yeah, somebody's getting antsy.
Yes, you have something on your mind.
Your beard trimmings do not count as payment.
Well, so here's the offer. So those were put in your shulker to get your attention, which obviously they did. So, did you know that there are approximately 15 leaves in a bunch of kale? So I am willing to trade you for those 15 leaves 1 head. Would you like that? She's thinking very hard.
Yeah, really hard.
I left them in the shulker just so I didn't forget to talk to you.
No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I know where the head is at. So
yeah, it's on your shoulders.
No. The one that you impatiently tried to take from my head in the garden. I know where it's at.
You know, hostile mobs at 100%, that's really loud.
That was really, that was like an exclamation point right there.
That was a definite, like, almost deal.
So, I will happily trade you the head for those 15 leaves.
Deal.
All right. Let's go to the shopping district, and I will give you the head for those leaves. Yes.
Yes.
What?
I earned that head.
You did not. I heard that. Miss Impatient.
So you get for being in an area without armor.
You Snippy Fox.
Hi, I'm Sammy. Have we met?
Yeah.
I don't like the floor with this resource pack. It looks so much better in the original. Hey, we got diamonds.
Oh, wrong one.
There you go. One head. And
Hang on. Alexa, dismiss. I'm taking this resource pack off.
yeah, I'm seeing myself in your stream, and it does look very strange.
I like how the wings look, but that's about it. Okay.
So, should you want my head again in the future, because I have a feeling that's going to be a thing.
I need to make a salad bar.
I understand that part. So, if I'm allowed to use my dandruff as trade, 15 leaves is one head, free and clear.
Right. But we'd have to figure out how much a leaf equals to a diamond, or to other things.
Yeah, that would be a discussion I have to have with my business partner.
So, do I throw you under the bus now or later?
It was his idea.
Including what to trade the leaves for. So I think the price has officially been set.
He wanted the beacon for a community project, so I would have given it to him anyways. This was just the torture Sammy on top of that.
So bonus prize.
I still haven't killed you.
But
oh yeah, I'm not gonna go and put that source pack on because I want to see what the LAs look like, but I'll do it later. I don't want to do it now.
So
that one hurts my head.
I think one head. That's a fair price.
One head for 6 diamond blocks?
That's what this one cost you.
Yeah, but you were going to get it for free if you just asked.
Yeah,
for community project.
I know, because I'm going to use it for community projects, but that's beside the point. I am totally willing to negotiate a fair trade. I'm not a jerk. I'm perfectly happy to work out a fair trade, but only if you actually want more copies of my head. Otherwise, I'll pay diamonds or play trade for other stuff, just like everyone else.
It's okay. I was thinking like maybe 1 to 2, because you said it's 15 leaves, kind of thing.
So what, a leaf is a diamond? Is that what you're saying? Or
well, like if a diamond block is 9, right? So 2 leaves is a diamond, kind of thing.
So a head's worth a couple of diamond blocks then. Little under is what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if a leaf is like a couple of diamonds, which then, well, that would be, so if a leaf is a diamond, then that would be about a diamond block and a half, or 2 diamond blocks for a head ish.
Okay.
Ish. Because a couple of diamonds per leaf, that would be a little pricey. Even I think that's a little pricey.
No.
Because
I
that
was
would
saying
be
like 2 leaves. 2 of the leaves equals 1 diamond.
oh no, my head's more valuable than that.
Okay, then 1 for 1.
I'm good with 1 for 1.
I
Okay.
would be willing to accept that.
1 for 1 works.
But again, that's only if and you need to ask for it. I'm gonna give you diamonds unless you tell me you want more of my head, in which case then I'll use the leaves so you can trade them. So please let me know, and I will happily.
I will make sure to keep a bed on me so that way wherever you are, when I get those 15 leaves, you can set your spawn.
That's fair.
I shook.
I mean, what a way to set precedence on the server.
Oh no, this is fantastic. I love it. And there you go. 15 pieces of dandruff, in this case 15 leaves of kale, equals 1 head. So, and it's a diamond per leaf. So pretty fair trade, pretty fair exchange. That's something I am definitely going to take advantage of, as Watcher and Sammy have a shop full of books that I'm sure, need to use for enchanting things throughout the season. Assuming Sammy is going to want to collect my head again at some point, which I'm sure will be a thing, but there you go. At least I'm getting something out of it. So with that, folks, thanks for hanging around. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Join us next time, where it'll be a bit more of a buildy episode, as we're getting ready to start my next major project, which is basically making a huge overhaul to the shopping mall to make it look nicer. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And otherwise, folks, I will see you next time.